Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to the live reaction. Dustin Starr here. I want to talk all about today's show, Milestone 250, where Jerry the King Lawler made his appearance at the WrestleCenter for the first time ever. Hello, everybody. Dustin Starr here, and the Starr household is absolutely crazy here today, so it took me a couple of extra minutes just to get out here. I was all set up in front of the tree and the stockings and everything, but the house is so crazy that I ended up out here. But anyways, I'm at my house right down the street from Memphis, Tennessee, right down the street from the Memphis Wrestling WrestleCenter. What's up, Kevin? How are you? Let's talk all about the show. Kevin, you were there live. Eddie Kanemane is in the house. He was there live. Man, what a day. Jerry the King Lawler on Memphis Wrestling, and he says he's coming back on Christmas. So we have a very, very good special Christmas episode coming up. Christmas with the King. It's going to air at 11 a.m. on Christmas Day on WMC Channel 5, the original home of Memphis Wrestling. So I'm very excited about that. There will be an airing here. I believe it's on the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have our typical Saturday airing as well. And then, of course, Christmas with the King will re-air on Christmas Day. What's up? Eddie Kanemane in the house. Jason, he was there as well. Patrick Moore, members only today. Yeah, let's do a members only. You guys make your list for members only because there's so much to talk about, especially fresh off the heels of our 250th episode featuring Jerry Lawler. Took 250 episodes to get him there, but man, what a day it was. The King had a line out the door for 2 hours at the WrestleCenter, and if you're on members only, then there's exclusive footage. It's about 10 minutes long of Jerry Lawler literally walking in and touring the WrestleCenter with myself, King Cobra, and Derek King for the first time ever. Big shout out to Terrence Ward for capturing that footage. Also, really good stuff from the VIP. So thanks to everybody that was there. I can't wait to close out the year on December 14th when the Good Brothers are coming to Memphis Wrestling. And also, the hometown man is coming back to his hometown. Man, get those tickets. I'm telling you, it's going to sell out. MemphisWrestling.tv. Now let's talk about Milestone 250. If you guys don't know how it works, you can put your topics in the comments, your questions, any comments. What were the hits? What were the misses? What were your favorite parts? What were your least favorite parts? Whatever it is you want to talk about, let's do it. Here we go. Oh yeah, Big Main's had a big main event. It looked like K Toomer crashed out. All right, let me get caught up here. Patrick Moore, yes, members only today. Kevin, no one can say that we don't love the King at the WrestleCenter. We've always loved the King. Are you kidding me? Since day one, we wanted the King at the WrestleCenter. Bo says Dalton had me on his side today, and he blew it. He choked. Man, Big John Dalton to come out and apologize to K Toomer, only for the next week, right back where they ended up, where K Toomer misfires a spear and hits Dalton. They end up fighting. Down goes Big Daddy. Down goes Clown. And then now today, look at K Toomer. He choked out Big John Dalton. He did get disqualified, but he choked him out, was going to teach him a lesson with that chair, and then ended up choking his dad out too. Are you kidding me? I don't think we've seen the end of that. And Bo, of course, you're stirring the pot. Eddie Kanemane, will the King return to Memphis Wrestling after Christmas with the King episode? To be continued, to be determined, I guess, Eddie Kanemane, but there are definitely conversations already ongoing. We're not done with this one yet because we still have Christmas with the King coming up. There's an interview coming up that's going to air, a special on WMC Channel 5. So there will be a lot of promotion heading into Are we back? If we're back, give me an oh yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, thank you, Eddie Kanemane. All right, let me get back up here. Yeah, so I believe that there are opportunities to do things in the future. The King is on the home team, Memphis Wrestling, and I can't wait to see what comes up next. But let's get through Christmas and then see what we're going to do next. Rob Matlock, episode 250, lived up to the hype. Oh, yeah, the King looked great. I thought he did, too. I guess it's a matter of perspective. People in the comments on Facebook, I mean, I think he's got 200,000 views on a video that we just posted or whatnot. But just if you know the King and you're around Memphis and you're a fan of the King and you've seen him over the last several years, then you know the King looked good. He looked good. Is he older? Of course he's older, guys. Come on. I just can't believe some of the comments, but 99% of them are all positive in favor of the King. So I agree with you, Rob. I thought the King looked great. It's good to have him on the microphone. And then also to ask him the questions that you guys always ask me, or people out there always ask me how the King's doing. Thomas, he says, hello there, Dustin. How are you? I'm doing great, man. Jason says, we love Jerry Lawler, the King, my favorite wrestler of all time. Derek King and King Cobra. Man, we are well-versed in kings here in Memphis Wrestling, right? Dustin got an early Christmas present. Sure did. I saw the footage of the King touring the WrestleCenter. I thought we were finally going to see the production area in the locker room. Oh, Eddie Kane, man, I do have that footage, so I'm thinking about releasing that as well. I would say it's the most least glamorous part of the WrestleCenter, but then also the most glamorous part of the WrestleCenter because there's a lot of really cool equipment back there to see how it's all made. But all right, I'm glad that you're interested in that, Eddie Kane, man. Thomas says it was great to see the WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. Yes, it was. Justin Roberts tugged on Superman's cape. Justin Roberts, Aaron Roberts. Justin Roberts? Ass-kicking dog, Aaron Roberts, Bad Man Inc. is in the house, unleashed. You guys need to follow him, too. It's aaronroberts.badman Inc. And let me tell you today, when Justin Case slapped Aaron Roberts in the face, I was fearful for our security team because I know that they had been given orders that if something goes down between these guys, especially the big man, then you got to stop him. And I thought that when Justin Case slapped Aaron Roberts, there was no way anybody was stopping the 420-pound ass-kicking dog. So, man, they're lucky that Justin Case is living to see another day. But it was announced next week on Memphis Wrestling, episode 251, The Problem, Aaron Roberts, one-on-one against the Playmaker, Zay Washington, along with Justin Case. And so will the Playmaker be able to make the biggest play of them all without an assist from the man who says he set it up? And that's Aaron Roberts. That's going to be awesome. So good to see Aaron Roberts in here. Jason says, I don't know what's going on with K. Toomer. He attacked his dad, SMH. That shocked me. Can I ask a religious question? I don't know if that's fit here for a religious question. He was choked. Big John Dalton didn't choke. Yeah, that's a good point. Big John Dalton was choked out. He didn't necessarily choke. Why, Aaron, why, says Bo. BJDPOD is in the house. He put his hands on the wrong family. Now, this is crazy, guys. If you would have told me that Big Daddy would be in the ring getting his ass whooped by K. Toomer, I would say that you're absolutely crazy. But not only did he get punched out, but then he got choked out, just like Big John Dalton. Oh, man, this thing is this is crazy. All right, so let me get caught up here. I feel like I'm way behind. K. Toomer's heel turn today. I don't know. I mean, I guess so. Best episode ever. Great seeing the King. Hopefully you and Randy Hales can patch things up. Patrick, there's nothing really to patch up with Randy Hales, but we can talk about that on Members Only in detail. So I love Randy Hales. Love Power Pro Wrestling. Jason says, you think K. Toomer will get suspended? Ooh. That is a very good question. King Cobra, we'll be hearing from him. Big Daddy tall for his son, stood up for his son. When exactly will the interview air on WMC TV 5? It's going to be shot this week. So coming up this week, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'll say it anyway. Joe Birch, the legendary anchor on Channel 5, is going to sit down with Jerry the King Lawler and talk about Christmas with the King. So can't wait for that. Looked like he could lace up the boots and go. There are three kings of wrestling, especially for Christmas. Yeah, I love Jerry Lawler. I wish he will fireball on Psycho Simon. That would be great. The three kings together. Memphis just in time for Christmas. Excuse me. Do you watch Danny Daniels? I'm not sure. Now, I love Aaron Roberts because Zay Washington is selfish now. He sure did, man. He got pretty selfish in the end. He thought that he was the one doing all that. Andrea's in the house. Hi, Dustin. Love you. Today is my birthday. Happy 36 years birthday. Oh, my gosh. Very cool. Everybody wish Andrea a happy birthday. Patrick Moore, do you have a Jerry Lawler matches in your library? Absolutely. There's a whole playlist of Jerry Lawler. There's a couple matches in there as well. Also looking to add to that as well. Maybe a four-way match. Cobra, Derek, Jerry, and Burger King for the title of Memphis King. That's awesome. Well, you got BB King, you got Jerry the King Lawler, you got King Cobra, you got Derek King, you got the King Elvis Presley. That's 5 that I just named right off the top. Oh, the King of Pow, Chris Lex. Got to throw him in there. Man, there's a ton of kings around Memphis, I guess. Burger King, you can throw that in there. I would prefer McDonald's, though, to be perfectly honest with you. Let me get caught up. Or maybe Jerry Lawler would make Psycho Simon kiss his feet. So proud of Memphis Wrestling and everyone associated, especially the newest member, Jerry Lawler, who was looking great after rough road he's had. The king is back on top. GTA Wrestling for life. Thank you for that comment. That's awesome. Let me remind you guys to join. Join our members only. It's only $3.99 a month. You get all sorts of behind-the-scenes backstage footage. The stuff with the king was awesome. You see him pull up. 10 minutes worth of him pulling up, walking all the way through. None of this was staged or set up or anything like that. It was a shoot. It's very, very cool. Also, matches from the Mid-South Fair. Never before seen King of the Fair Battle Royal. Really, really cool stuff. And then, of course, a whole lot of shoot interviews and things like that. If you want to know behind the scenes, if there's a wrestler that's disappeared and you're wondering why, you can go on there and ask it, that's for sure. Just click that subscribe button or that join button. Which country are you from? United States of America. Andrew says, K. Toomer has snapped. Do you think that he should be fined for attacking Big Daddy? Yeah, he should get the same punishment that everybody else is. Psycho Simon is suspended indefinitely. We heard that today, but what about Ray Sanders returning next week? It's crazy. It's a shame that Slaughterhouse robbed the Super Friends of a title shot. What's going on with Slaughterhouse? They want the modern day monsters. You know, King Cobra's not stupid. He's keeping these guys apart for a reason. Because if they get together again, they might destroy the whole WrestleCenter. How are we going to contain the modern day monsters and Slaughterhouse? Jonesy Jones, the babyface beast, is going to be unleashed. Niceness out the window and its own. I love it, man. I hope we see some fire in Big John Dalton. Jason Freeman, I agree with you. Dustin Starr. Eddie Kane, man, I'm calling now. A handicap match, K. Toomer and Big John Dalton and Merch Daddy. What about K. Toomer and Clown versus Big John Dalton and Merch Daddy? Marco Stunt versus Ash Taylor. I don't know if Marco Stunt has any more matches left in him, but I would love to see that. Andrew says, who do you got in the men's and women's Iron Survivor match at NXT? I don't know, but I am going to watch. I've had that on my calendar so I can make sure I watch it. RK Officials from India. Well, hello from India. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, the home of Memphis Wrestling. Ryan Jones says, any chance of Coco in the future? Man, I've been all over Coco. Beware. Bird, bird, bird. Bird, bird, bird. Bird, bird, bird. Put a bird in the chat if you want to see Coco Beware in Memphis Wrestling. I love Coco. Friend of mine, friend of King Cobra's. It's only a matter of time before we get the WWE Hall of Famer flapping those arms at the WrestleCenter. Can't believe Aaron would throw away Mr. Case's wealth of knowledge like that. Doesn't he remember who brought him to the dance? The man who led him to the Internet and Heritage title glory. Well, it looks like Justin Case is the one that wanted to upgrade. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Aaron and Zay, they're going one-on-one next week, and Justin Case is going to be in the corner of Zay Washington. We'll see what happens. Yep, a bunch of happy birthdays. Marco beat Vashon. Yay. I love Vashon Harvey, though, guys. Vashon Harvey is, if he gets his attitude right, man, he can go a long way. Andrew says, yep, thank you. Kara's here. Hello, Kara. Is anyone from India? I'm not sure. Jason Freeman. I remember Jerry Lawler kissed my foot match against Bret Hart. Speaking of NXT, Channing Stacks Lorenzo just captured the TNA. I saw that. I was glad Kazarian kept the title as well. Laughing back in the day. Today's the birthday. Well, happy birthday there. How do you feel about Ricky Saints versus Obafemi tonight? I am more worried about who wins that so they can go on to face Cody at Saturday night's main event. That's going to be awesome. And I can't imagine that we don't get a Ricky Saints versus Cody Rhodes, you know, because those guys are friends. And I would think that Cody would be looking out for his buddy, you know, any way possible to do that and make some money together. Marco Stunt needs to manage Chris Lex. Lex can't get a win to save his life. Oh, who else, Jonesy? Members only rule, says Eddie Kane, man. He ain't lying. Jerry Lawler birthday's last week in November 29th. Happy birthday to the king. Happy birthday to Andrea. Got a couple birthdays in here. How would Justin afford to destroy buffets without his meal ticket? Kevin says cage match. Simon going to be stripped of the title. We'll have to see, Brian. I know that we've got Ray Sanders back at the WrestleCenter next week. We thought, I mean, surely he's not cleared to compete. Jake Brewer says he won't be cleared. until 2026, it appears, but he's going to be on the program next week. We'll see. Spin of the wheel, impressive hair. Thank you, brother. Rico says Slaughterhouse and Modern Day Monster should fight in the woods. Oh, a backwoods brawl. I love it. Patrick Moore, I don't know if you can, but if you could buy the CWA, USWA tapes, and even WCCW and USWA Dallas tapes, I would love to have all those tapes. And I do have some of them at my fingertips. All we got to do is make it happen. And so that's what I'm trying to do right now, is I'm trying to make it happen, because I know where some of this stuff is. But until then, go and take a look at the USA Championship Wrestling playlist, the Jerry the King Lawler playlist. There's some really good stuff on those, and we're going to be beefing those up very, very soon. I thought big mans were going to break the ring. Me too. Marco's the best wrestler than Vashon Harvey. I don't disagree. There's some birds in the chat. Nothing better than Memphis Wrestling. Thank you, Howard. I appreciate that. Let me get caught up. Love Coco so much, I named a dog after him. Jonesy Jones. Get to see Bosby, Nixie wrestle in Nashville tomorrow. Pretty darn excited. What show is that? Justin Case and Zay Washington are mad over a championship belt. I don't really think they're mad that he lost the belt and it was because of Aaron Roberts. Yeah, for sure. Vashon Harvey kind of reminds me of Shelton Benjamin in a way. How about that desk cam? Yeah, you guys like the desk cam? What about that? I saw Dustin in a red carpet rumble from Hollywood. Maria was looking good as usual. That was a lot of fun, Rob. Yeah, go back and check that out. If you search on this YouTube channel, actually there's a whole playlist, Dustin Starr and Maria playlist. You can check that out. But red carpet rumble, what year was that, Rob? 2019? Maybe. But it's there, red carpet rumble. I was in there. Supposed to wrestle. We were building up to do a actual match. Ray Rosas was coming to town. Shawn Michaels coming to Memphis. I would love for Shawn Michaels to come to Memphis. I think everyone remembers Jerry and Andy in the Mouth of the South. Yep, good wrestler like Jerry Lawler. Okay. Hope Cassandra Golden will come back to Memphis Wrestling. I do too. Got to see a lot of content on Members Only. Great stuff. Thank you, Rob. Members Only is worth every penny, says Brian. Thank you so much. That's those little championship badges that they have, which I think is really cool. And then all sorts of custom emojis, never before seen content, what have you. So been watching a lot of old NXT episodes. Nothing like the black and gold days. Oh, man, I know. Next big thing. There's Derek. By God, greater than Great King. He is in the chat. DK, man, I know there's going to be a lot going on these next couple of weeks because Ray Sanders is going to be back at the WrestleCenter next week, according to Jake Brewer, and he said it was straight from the desk of Memphis Wrestling matchmaker King Cobra. You the guy from the short. Yes, I am the guy from the short. Who is the masked man? It better not be Austin Theory, I'll tell you that. 2019, I think you might be right. Jonesy Jones, Pro Wrestling Symphony. Oh, Jerry Lynn will be there as well. Okay, very cool, man. Get some photos. Rep, you got to rep. I know you guys will have a Bosby shirt on for sure. Do you own all Burt Prentice's tapes like NWA Worldwide, NWA Main Event? I own the footage for USA Championship Wrestling. Are you a fan of Ozzy? Absolutely. Zach Wild Ozzy tribute band plays Minglewood tomorrow. I love Ozzy Osbourne. My first concert was at it was at the Pyramid. Ozzy Osbourne, Sepultura, and Typo Negative. It was awesome. I was just a kid. I don't even think I was 13 yet. Saturday night's main event, John Cena versus Gunther. Dustin, I watched clips of you doing matches on the overhyped GFW. That was great. The GFW show, Global Force Wrestling, really helped me. I worked with Chris Masters. That started a good friendship and relationship with Chris Masters, brought him to Memphis. It was a very, it was very cool. It was one of those times that Jeff Jarrett booked me out there and used my platform and whatever popularity that I had in the Memphis and surrounding area to help that show. So I thought that was very cool. It was overhyped, though. I was surprised we didn't see Downtown Bruno with Lawler. There's a whole story. Members only. Come to me, members only. Remind me. Do the wrestlers watch the show and live chats? If they don't, they're crazy. You see some of the wrestlers in here. Derek King is in here. Big John Dalton was in here. Terrence Ward was in here. Several of the wrestlers pop in here. They should watch the show. Can't imagine why they wouldn't, but we see some of them in the live chats. Sounds good. Shawn Michaels is Memphis Wrestling a long time ago. DK says he's excited about it. I have no idea, man. Ray Sanders got pound driven on steel chairs a matter of weeks ago at Thanksgiving. And so now he's coming back. Who the hell knows why? We'll see. Coming up next week. Also, Aaron Roberts versus Zay Washington's the main event. When's Tim going to cash in the Cobra Cup? I have no idea. Tim Bosby just defeated Vashon Harvey and Oso at the same time. Jonesy says today was a top tier episode. It had everything and it still left us wanting more great stuff. Jonesy Jones, thank you so much for kayfabing here with us, because oh my gosh, these next couple of shows are just tremendous and the crowd was just so awesome for it. So bet Seth Rollins will get some payback on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. John Cena's leaving WWE. I don't know if he's leaving WWE, but he's definitely retiring. What's your favorite finisher? Probably the pile driver. I think Simon is a shoe-in for the Vision's mystery man. He has to keep himself busy during the undeserved suspension somehow. Yeah, I mean, the body stature did look just like Psycho Simon. You're right about that, Bo. Also, guys, it's the end of the year awards, the year-end awards for Memphis Wrestling. So if you go to our Facebook page, just type in Memphis Wrestling, we'll come right up at the top, and you'll see that there are several videos where we're asking Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, MVP of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Manager of the Year, Moment of the Year. There's going to be a TV match of the year. So all sorts of different things you guys can go, and we're doing nominations right now, and then we'll start doing the voting. So by the time 2026 rolls around, we'll have all of our newly voted, fan-voted awards. Patrick says, wasn't sure it came with your purchase of USA Championship Wrestling. No. They're different companies. Hopefully, John Cena will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. He definitely will. Gunther's going to send Cena out with a big old L. I know. My favorite finisher is the spear. Okay. I think Ray Sanders should focus on the Junior Heritage Championship. That's not a bad idea. I mean, that title seemed to be designed for guys like, if not for Ray Sanders, of course. Rob says it's good to see Big Dan at the fair taping. Big Dan actually returned to say hello to Jerry the King Lawler. He wasn't there in a working capacity, and we've told Big Dan that he's more than welcome to come and watch the show. I mean, he's family, man, and even if he not able to work, man, just come and be a part of it if it helps you with your recovery. And so Big Dan was there and was able to tell the King about, you know, his struggles that he's had, and I think they had some common ground there. Speaking of the junior division, CJ Blaine has become my favorite. Okay. Rob Matlock said Simon will be a masked man, just be there to ruin Christmas. Simon will be Santa. I doubt that. We miss Big Dan. Yep, he was there early on at the Jerry Lawler television taping. What happened to Mike Anthony? I don't know. The last time we saw Mike Anthony, he was exiting, and he walked out the door. He had lost the Internet Championship, so not sure. Stay tuned. Bo says, all black clothing can be very slimming. Upgrade from the black and white stripes. I got you. The best finishers, the surprise roll-up. It wins a lot of matches. All right, guys, I have just a couple more minutes. I'm working on episode 251. We'll go to members only right after this. If you guys remind me of a couple of things we can talk about, the conversations with Jerry the King Lawler behind the scenes while the cameras weren't rolling. We can also talk about how King Cobra plays a huge role in what transpired. Also, Downtown Bruno, somebody mentioned. My phone has been blowing up, guys. Everybody from Doug Gilbert to Austin Idol. I mean, it's also Downtown Bruno and Reggie B. Fine. And I'm not trying to name drop. I'm just trying to say that if you're familiar with classic, you know, legendary Memphis wrestling, those are a lot of names that you'll be interested in seeing. If you're not familiar with it, I think it would be cool to educate you guys on the history of Memphis wrestling while introducing them in a way that you know the characters that we already have on our show. Let's see. Jonesy says, Nikki said it was good to her for her heart to see Big Dan. She hopes it was good for his. It definitely is. He's lost 40 or 50 pounds. He stopped smoking. He was in the live chat a few moments ago. He was driving himself around for the first time just the other day, so he's doing good. I just hope he stays on track. And prayers up for my man, Big Dan. What's up, Ronald? How are you? Rico says, I don't know why WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia next year. Doesn't matter. I'm not going if it's in Saudi Arabia. But that's right, because of money. Rob says, God bless everyone. Completely enjoyed the episode. See you tomorrow, most next week's. Yes, tomorrow's show's loaded. United Wrestling Network Championship Wrestling. Scorpio Sky gets an opportunity at the United Wrestling Network World Championship in Jordan Cruz. That's the main event. It's really, really good. You guys tune in to see that. The premiere is here. Then also today, premiering at 2 p.m., which is in about 20 minutes. It's Rolling into Memphis podcast. Check that out. See what BT thought about Milestone 250. Patrick says, was thinking like when WWE bought Evolve, they got Dragon Gate USA tapes. I thought it was the same type of deal. No, Bert was passed away at that point, so who knows where any of that footage, well, I mean, maybe they know where that footage is. It's something I could probably ask about. But no, it did not come with it. I can't wait. December 14th sounds fun. Yes, the 14th, the Grind City Rumble. And then, of course, that'll be one episode, and then we have 2 others. So 3 episodes. It's going to sell out. Get the tickets. MemphisWrestling.tv. Also, for those of you that can't get a ticket and you want a t-shirt, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Memphis Wrestling, or just go to MemphisWrestling.tv and you can get it all. But we really appreciate you guys joining us here every single week. 250 in a row, which is actually 350 in a row because we did 100 episodes of Championship Wrestling out of Hollywood, syndicated to be Championship Wrestling here in Memphis. And then on that 100th episode, we flipped it. So it's 350 episodes that I've hosted on this YouTube show and on television across the United States. So very, very cool stuff. Very grateful for that. Big shout out to my lovely Maria. Wouldn't be able to do it without her. And then all of our partners, everybody from King Cobra. And I don't want to give too many out here because I'll save that for members only, I guess. But yeah, it's been a ton of fun. And 250, I feel like with the inclusion of Jerry the King Lawler in our history and in our story, so to speak, in our Memphis wrestling universe, because if he never made an appearance, then how would I be able to educate the fans that aren't aware of how important Jerry Lawler was? And the same that goes for all the other legends that we want to bring in. We want to be able to tell their story. And if you watch the show back and you hear the commentary and stuff like that, I do my very best to basically assume that some of the fans, majority of the fans, don't know who these folks are. And so I think it's awesome that we're able to tell those stories. And then whenever we do a Hall of Fame, we'll be able to induct these folks in the Hall of Fame. You know, but if they don't appear for us, it's very hard. So having Jerry Lawler there and being a part of our program and a part of our universe, it's a very, very proud moment. I can't wait to see what comes up next. All right, I'll get caught up on these last comments, and then I'm going to switch over to members only. Let's see. You give WWE a few million and you can have WrestleMania in your backyard. Okay. Told you, Dustin, Eddie came in. When you finally get the king to come, all your cronies will join. Now they're blowing your phone up. Oh, yeah. There was a sign in the audience that said, what'll they say now? And that Monday on Facebook, the haters were chirping, baby. Appreciate you, Eddie Kane, man. What have you applied on your hair? It's got to be glue. Scorpio will be in a handicap match. Speaking of Saudi Arabia, will the Good Brothers bring their tag team World Cup trophy to the WrestleCenter? I have no idea, but I do have a Raw tag team title that's going to be autographed and raffled off to one lucky winner at the WrestleCenter. Check this out. The raffles are 1 ticket for $10, 2 tickets, $15. And you can walk away with a Raw tag team title autographed by the Good Brothers themselves. Dude, come on. I wish they had this when I was a kid. Grind City Rumble, the best time in Memphis wrestling. I love when special guests participate. Rico, you will not be disappointed this time. Glenn's in the house. What's up? Grind City is so worth it with all the surprise guests. If you missed it, last year we had Joe Hendry in there, among others. Go check that out. Where can we watch 100 syndicated episodes? Right here. So it was Championship Wrestling. It was basically Championship Wrestling from Hollywood that me and Maria hosted, and there was local, skits and things like that and whatever. So yeah, it's all here. Let's see. Just search. It's in the playlist. If you go to the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood playlist, it's in that playlist. Will Dustin lace him up for the Grind City Rumble? Absolutely not. Jerry Lawler, the king. That's right. Patrick says, I'm kind of sad Scorpio screwed up with you. The possibility of UWN title being defended in Memphis would be interesting. I don't know why he did it. Man, if he comes back, he's buying his own way, brother. Stars of Tomorrow, keep those coming. Yeah, we're working on another class. What's up, Stranger Things? Parade in real life. Not sure what that means. That's spam. Let me get this guy out of here. I'm going to throw this guy over the top rope. There we go. Well, we'll put him out for a minute. There's your warning. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. You look like my uncle from India who sells apples in the candy store by taking some women to the parking lot. Okay. I can't believe I read that out loud, but wrestled in a banquet hall. Yes, we did. Best WWE era. Oh, no, man. It's 1997. Are you kidding me, Stranger Things? Okay, I'm switching over to members only. If you're not a member only, then you need to join right now because we're about to talk some shit. I am Dustin Starr. Thank you for joining me here on the live reaction of Milestone 250, and we'll see you on the other side. Oh, yeah.